Hi there, happy campers. Welcome to the Race to Go Racing.
On this episode, we're stripping down the body.
Yeah, also going to pick up a new shell, but not for the purposes that you think.
We're also, tomorrow, picking up a new trailer for racing. Specifically racing, because you can't have a race team without a race trailer, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to get the car there somehow.
Yeah.
But, right,
let's crack on. So first of all, we had to get a race trailer. This will enable us to actually get to the races. And more importantly, it's a double-ended trip. So we're actually collecting our shell, the trailer first, and then the shell. So the shell isn't exactly what you think it is. It's actually a donor shell for ours, and we're actually going to repair it. Sod it.
Yeah, so the new shell is actually a Mark IV shell. Ours is obviously a Mark III, so hopefully some of the panels are interchangeable. We will soon find out.
So again, we didn't learn from our lessons and we bought this trailer, again, sight unseen. Fortunately though, this hasn't got any rust on in it and it's very fit for purpose. It could have gone really bad, but it didn't. So there you go. Always buy cars unseen. So while Ken's gives us a little dance, we managed to get the trailer back and we got the shell back as well, which we'll show you later. But for now, we need to strip down our shell. Let's start by letting Cairns run through our very professional to-do list, with the last one being remove everything. But let's crack on.
So, to start with, step 1, levitating shell. Wrong. We're going to do step 2 first, because the last thing we want to do is start removing things and we want to make the shell as structurally sound as possible. So we're going to brace the door to stop it flexing, because that's the last thing we want. And we don't have a lot of room here, so the idea is, it's a great idea. We'll find out. We're going to raise the shell up. We've got a few ratchet straps. We're literally in a garage, so it's going to be exciting, bit daft, but we'll go with it. But what we don't want to happen is the shell to crumple like a crisp packet. So we'll strengthen that up a little bit first, and then we'll raise it up. And then, step 3, remove the sills, of which you might have seen, we had a look at one of the sills, and we found a lot of foam. I could float on it, and that's a lot. So we'll see what's going on with the other one. There's going to be a lot of rust. And then we're going to worry about that when that comes across. Then we're just going to try and strip everything else up a bit, ready for the shot blaster. So we can find out that we've got nothing left, and then we can build upon that, which is nice. So we'll get rid of everything, wiper motor, heater matrix, heater core that's left into it, the handbrake cable, any suspension, stuff like that that's left, all ready so it can get shipped across in about 48 hours. And then we can find out what we've got and start building on it, because that's what we want, that's what we all want to see. This turn into like an actual race car, which is going to take a while. But if you're just joining us, you could wait and just skip to the end. We'll see.
So this was done with just a chisel because the metal was so thin here. We're going to try and cut it at this joint here, because this is all good. This is all good wing. So it'll just be a sense of using this, cutting this and taking that off. So we've sort of like very roughly penned where we're going to cut. And then this one's all solid still, but we've still got to cut it off because there's a little bit of rust tucked away all up in here. The sandblaster can only sandblast where you can see. So the point being for this is that when we sandblast this now, if we take the sills off, he can get all in there and then take away the rest of the car because there's not much left. So we put some support braces in here for when it does collapse. In theory. Woo! Let's see what we've got. So here's the foam movers here.
This way.
Yeah, as you can see, it's probably a good thing that we did take the seal off, because upon inspection, you can see the forbidden toothpaste just filled to the brim, and obviously that isn't good, especially if it's going to the sunglasses.
So after finding that on that side, we then moved on to the other side, cutting this one off. The foam had already been removed because we managed to chisel this up a little bit. So we moved on, and then we're going on to the rear plates and then onto the battery tray. So we started cutting this plate off, but we realised actually under this plate there was more floor. So we decided to cut this plate off, and then again, the shop blaster can get in there and get rid of all the rust so we can weld in a new floor. So before it goes to sandblasters, we've just took this plate off here. And because of that, we've decided to take that plate off over there, because underneath that there's still good floor, because we can see it from underneath the car. On top there's a plate. The plate's there, we think, to make that an extra plate there for structural. So if I go through here, you'll be able to see it better. If Lewis points it out, this plate here is just on top of that floor. We don't know what's under there yet, but we know there's some floor under there because we had a good look from underneath, which you can see it from here.
Right, so after we're done fanning around with the floor, Lewis is cutting out the battery tray. This is because the previous people have welded a plate directly underneath it, so we need to do a repair.
This is most of our car, Lewis.
Right, today we have levitated shell.
Levitated L shell. What are you doing? Tickies?
Tick.
Done. Next.
Shell strength.
Done. Bars. Tick.
Tick. Sills.
Done.
Done. Tick.
Remove wiper. Done.
Cut that off. Tick.
Heat hose.
Heat
Oh,
hose.
that still needs doing.
Does
It's
it?
on the other end.
Where?
There's two things with the screws in.
Oh yeah. Not done. Leftover dash.
Done.
Done. Tick. Heater blower.
Done.
Done. Tick. Pedals.
Done.
Done. Tick. Handbrake.
Not done. Needs doing.
Door locks.
Need doing.
That was rubbish, wasn't it? Remove everything.
So, with everything now wrapped up, we decided to have a look at the book and see what sort of parts we can get. So, courtesy of Roomers, we have a magazine here. Now, in here are the body panels for Spitfires somewhere. Fuel cells. So, here's the cells we can buy. And here's the wing that comes down like that. So this is the bit we've just cut off. We've cut this front off, and this goes down like that. And we've cut a little bit of this off as well. It's the same thing. Yeah. So we don't want to trim too much of this off. because the wings on ours are probably the only thing that's not rusty. So we don't want to trim too much of that off. The flaws we have in the new shell, let's just be on there, the grey one. So join us next time when we find out what the chassis is like. We strip the chassis down, ready to use all the bits on our new chassis, and we'll be showing you that shortly. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the next episode of the Race to Go Racing.